I love you guys, and I have to ask you a question. What would you do if you were told by what we call God that you are the one of all time and space that is telling us and here to show us all what we all really are? I'm the one that's showing you that you're me and I'm you, and I can explain how. Nobody else has got the message and understood the frequency. But the reason that the human beings were made the way they are with our brain so that we could explain things the way we do. All languages are right. All forms of violence and things are right. They were just ways of people trying to see how powerful they were or what they could do to figure out what God is. That's all it is. All it is. Everything is God, and I understand how. It's crazy. So what would you do if you were the one who had this power? How would you show it to people? Because people will always deny. People will always say no. People will always think it's too hard to get to that point. It takes too much work. You think it takes work to build a building? That's nothing. You think it takes work to get customers? That's nothing. Do you think it takes work to make $1 billion, gagillion, jajillion dollars? That is nothing. Do you think it takes work to build the ocean? To God, that was nothing. Do you think it takes work to make a seed grow into a tree? To God, that was nothing. Same as it takes to make a sperm and an egg turn into a human being with bones. How does a little jelly thing develop solid, hard bones? Come on now. That's simple for God. Simple. We all are part of that power. Maybe we can't do that, but we are part of that. And once we realize that, we can tap into some crazy things that we had no idea. And you guys can honestly start helping me put this into more words so that we can all explain how all the things happen. Because there's so much confusion. Even the greats of life have been confused and have said the wrong thing. So I'm going to be, saying things in a way where, the people who have scientifically proven things, I would deny what I'm saying. But that's because they don't get it either. They just interpreted their individual part of the frequency different. They looked at things and analyzed things and calculated things different. And I'm sorry that I'm so controversial by saying that I know it all, because I don't know it all in the physical sense, like what's going on in John Jackson's house in Mississippi. I don't know. And honestly, if I'm here to save the world, which I really am, why would I care what John Jackson in Mississippi's doing? Why would I care about those things? I mean, I care. I love them for what they are, because they're all parts of me and God. But why would I care in a humanoid form to tell you that I could figure out things that are not important? Let's figure out what is important. We work from there and go forward. You don't say, wow, that's a nice building. And then you can backtrack and say, how was it built, so that you can build another one. But you don't say, I remember that piece of wood, because that one piece of wood is part of it, just like we're all part of God. You look back and you say, yeah, that's an awesome piece of wood, and you respect it, you love it, you leave it go. You don't tarnish it, you don't destroy it. You remove it and replace it when it's broken. You know what I mean? That's how everything in life works. When things are broken, that's why it rains. The earth and the water have a partnership. I mean, I guess this is the best way to put it in words. The earth and the water have a partnership that when it rains, it tries to clean things up. And usually after it rains and gets muddy, people sort of clean things up because the mud makes things dirty. So you clean things up a little extra after it rains. So it's like the earth and the sun and the water, it's their way of cleaning part of it. It's like cleaning itself, like a bath that we take. You know what I mean? We're on the body of Earth. We're not the most important thing. So some of us that die as the Earth is cleaning itself, or ridding itself of its itches or annoyances, like in the humanly body would. If you had a scab, some people pick it. They didn't need to pick the scab, but they did anyway. Sometimes it didn't need to have an earthquake, or it didn't need to do whatever, but it didn't know that. In its own way of understanding, in its own way of communicating, in its own way of acting, it didn't know that. And I'm here to tell you that I know these things about those things. Not because I want to, but because I got 1 million answers at 1 second in time. And if you think that I'm bullshitting, it's still coming to me, coming to me, coming to me, coming to me. I'm not sitting around trying to do this. I'm actually want to go to sleep. I have to work in 20 minutes. I wanted to get a 2-hour nap, and I've just been so bombarded with these ideas and thoughts that I just want to try to quiet my mind. By meditating now, I'm going to quiet my mind to stop God from talking through me. That's sort of a crazy thing to say, I know. I'm a person too, and I know how weird that would sound for somebody to say to me, because I'm saying it to me too. I'm saying it out loud, and Dan's hearing it in the second sense of my dimensional experience, because I can experience multi-dimensions at the same time. This is amazing. And you could too, if you got to where I'm at. And I'm not saying I'm better, I'm just saying that I'm farther along, way farther along this mental path than anybody else. Now, it takes a really bold person to say that, but it takes a really courageous and loving person to prove it, and dedicate right now that I'm going to spend my life showing it and helping everybody else get to where I am and getting to understand that we are all God.